Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to go over quite a few different subjects. I had a lot that I've been saving and I figured let me just put it into a little bit of a longer form video. I've been doing more of those lately just because they work and a lot of stuff is going on simultaneously, and when I have little gaps in my availability to film, this works and y'all seem to like it as long as there are timestamps and kind of chapters in the video. So I will put that in my description box. But if you're interested in all of the shenanigans that have been going on over the last couple of days, we have some updates, we have some random stuff, but if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so let's start at the top with Gypsy Rose deleting her TikTok account. She posted a couple days ago a video over onto YouTube, and I do have a screenshot, so I will post it right here. And then the video was deleted. Surprise, surprise. She also shared it on TikTok, which, you know, her entire account is now gone. But I have the video here. I have 10 minutes of it. It was just over 10 minutes long based on my memory. And she talks a lot about random like word salad kind of stuff that like nobody would really care about, but there are a few interesting points. So I figured that we could react to the 10 minutes that I do have and start out with the fact that yes, she deleted her TikTok. We already know that she deleted Twitter or X and her Instagram a few days ago. Now TikTok is on that list. Her YouTube channel is still up, but this video is deleted. So any content that was on the YouTube channel, which was just one video, because she has this habit of posting and deleting stuff and kind of, I guess, forgetting or not caring that the internet is forever. And once you post something, it is always there. People are taking screen recordings, screenshots, saving the video, downloading the video, whatever. So, you know, you can delete all you want, but it's always there. And yeah, so I have 10 minutes of this video. Let's just start at the top and I will insert my opinion throughout.
So to anyone watching, I wanted to make a video talking about accountability and what that means to me. So when I seen the parole board in December of 2021, I went before a panel of like 3 people, and they asked me how I was doing in prison, what kinds of programs was I entered into, like participating in as far as like institutional classes and stuff like that. And they seen that I got my GED, and I worked for like 5 years to get my GED. Finally got it. The math was what I struggled with the most, but they were really proud of me for getting my GED. They asked me what was my feelings about my co-defendant and how did I feel that he is doing life without parole. And in comparison to
somebody else said in another video that the requirement of where she was to get her GED. So I'm not sure if that's true, but I just wanted to drop it in here. That was a requirement. It's not something that where like she went above and beyond to work really hard to accomplish this thing. That thing was a requirement of her being in prison. But let's keep going.
Sentence. And I was honest with them. I've always felt that I feel like more than one life was taken that night because of me, because of what I chose to do. You know, they made it very clear that they felt like I needed to participate in a mental health program. So when they decided that they were going to release me at my mandatory minimum, which was 8.5 years, they put 2 stipulations on me. Mandatory therapy, which is going great so far, by the way. I see a therapist once a week. And no contact with my co-defendant. Absolutely no contact. And that's fine as well. So I get notified that I'm getting out in, December of 2023. And when that day finally came, I'm not gonna lie, like, feeling freedom for the first time felt amazing. And everybody was so supportive at first. And it felt nice. I'm gonna be honest, I got carried away in the hype of everything. I came out, I had 2 promote a documentary. I had to promote my ebook. And going to New York, yeah, it was nice and stuff, but it was so not my life. Does that make sense? Like, I didn't understand why people are so interested in my life. I don't get it at all. And I did some interviews, and I said some things that I feel confused a lot of people. One particular thing I said was on a podcast, and I said I didn't identify as the N-word so far, by the way.
You would think that therapy would have been voluntary by Gypsy. You know, having been through what, you know, she went through, I would think that being involved in therapy would have been something that I would have been asking for from day one. Let me get some therapy. Let me talk to some professionals about everything that I've been through, what I'm going through right now, and what it might look like in the future. Of course, correct me if I'm wrong down below, and maybe she just wasn't thinking clearly. Maybe she didn't have the wherewithal in her to advocate for herself to be in some kind of therapy. Those are also possibilities, but for it to just be put on her as a mandatory requirement, you know, a lot of people, I have seen so many different people say, oh, well, she refused to get involved with therapy up until a certain point. And I didn't really dissect that too much, but I did see it floating around. And I just feel like, you know, if you are somebody who is truly sorry for what you did, truly sorry for what you orchestrated, and truly sorry for everyone involved, including the people that are no longer here, which would be her mother, then therapy would have been voluntary.
Which we all know what the M word is. And what I meant by that was not that I'm not branded the M word. I know that I am, but it's not like I'm going to go to a job interview and be like, hi, my name is Gypsy Blanchard. I'm an M word. You know, that's all I meant by it. I meant that my past does not define my future. My future is what I make it. And I know that I did something wrong in my crime. And that's something that I have to live with. That's my cross to bear. And everybody doesn't see me bear it to the surface every day. Because I am in therapy. I am working on myself. I'm working on my self-esteem. I can't crawl in a ball and shut my whole life down every single day of my life.
She absolutely did get carried away. I'm glad that she admitted to that. She got carried away with the attention that the younger generation was giving her, not having the full understanding of exactly what she was involved in and her role in this crime. I think a lot of the younger generation was, you know, they're literally calling her the slay queen of mothers or something along that line. Like, what are y'all thinking? What in the world is wrong with y'all to literally put this woman up on a pedestal and be calling her the slayer of mothers? I mean, it's just, the entire time I have said, do not glamorize and do not glorify her as a person. I think that her coming out and maybe doing one or two interviews, maybe an interview on a podcast, and taking a break and then coming back and actually showing that she wanted to do that advocacy work that she had talked about for so long would have been a better strategy for her post-prison. Instead, she wanted to get snarky and claim how, you know, life is so good and all of this kind of stuff, and the D is fire, and she's, you know, responding to people because they don't like her husband, or they have an opinion about her husband that's not in his favor.
You guys, I'm here with Gypsy Rose herself, the celeb of the moment. So I know you have so many followers, so much love on social media, but what I want to know is, what do you have to say to the haters?
Well, you know, can't bring me down. I'm on a high right now. I'm living my best life, and y'all can't take that from me.
And the D is
fire.
You guys can pause to read this. This is also from Habitat for Humanity regarding Gypsy trying to get involved in giving back, and she was denied. The whole thing just turned into such a dumpster fire. She's sitting there posting and deleting videos constantly and arguing with people as she sees fit. It turned into an absolute circus, And I understand that sometimes there can be kind of a circus around you, but you're not necessarily the one who is fanning the flames of the circus. Gypsy was absolutely fanning the flames of this circus that was going on. And we saw little to no, I would say, in fact, no advocacy work from her. You know, you want to sit there and like chop off your hair and claim that it's going to somebody who is going through chemotherapy or alopecia or something else that causes hair loss. You know, I talked about that. A lot of people had negative opinions about me even talking about it. It's just been a catastrophe from very short after her release.
One sees like what my husband sees or what my family sees. I have days that I cry because I keep reliving it in my head. That's my cross to bear. And am I guilty of my crime? Yes, I am. But I don't feel like I can't be given a second chance to do better. I want to do better. There's lots of things that I feel like I can contribute to society if only given a chance. I feel bad for the things that I've done wrong in my life. I'm the type of person that I make a mistake and I learn from it, and I'm not perfect by any means. I'm just as human, just as flawed as the next person. Like I said, I've done things in the past that a lot of people know about. I've lied. And yeah, I mean, I do my best.
But your past does define your future to a certain extent. Anybody who knows anything about being an adult realizes that, yes, you can be doing your very best current day. However, if you were somebody absolutely terrible, awful, and deplorable when you were younger, that is going to follow you. That is just the way that it goes. And for her to just dump everything onto Nick, whom she orchestrated this entire thing for him to carry out, that was what put such a bad taste in people's mouths. It was her just saying, let me wash my hands of this. I'm going to be the celebrity who is on a press tour right now and having a reality TV show and doing all the things. And that's just not me. That's just not my life. And that's just not the way that things work. People who orchestrate crimes like what Gypsy orchestrated should not be made millionaires. Go ahead and do a couple interviews and then either be a real advocate or go away.
Now that I'm out in the free world, I do my best to try and just live my authentic life and what's real to me. And what's not real is social media. Like, social media is like literally a doorway to hell. Like, it's so crazy. I can't even wrap my head around what social media is. I thought that once I got out of prison, I'd come out and I'd enjoy social media like the next, person, taking selfies of myself in the mirror and just acting goofy and everything. Yeah.
So nobody sees what her family sees. Nobody sees what her husband sees, which, okay, fair enough. But you have published your own feelings, your own actions, your own emotions. You've published those on social media. And you expect people to not come away with a little bit of a salty feeling, a little bit of feeling odd or off. Not everybody is going to be in your corner. And if you sit there and make YouTube videos claiming about how much haters don't matter and how much they need to, find a life and whatever, but then to delete the video and then come back and still be upset about people who are not in your corner, it's part of the circus that she is orchestrating. And that is always up for public commentary.
It's the simple stuff in life, right? So a lot of people probably already noticed that I deleted my Instagram, my public one, the one with it was 7.8 million followers when I deactivated it, or I deleted it. I permanently deleted it. And a lot of people are like, what happened? What happened? And what happened is I had a really good conversation with my dad, actually. And he gave me some guidance that I feel like I really needed. And that guidance was to just show me that, like, real life is something you could touch, something that you could feel.
If you want to do better, then show that you are doing better. I think that on social media, people have gotten a smaller or shorter fuse when it comes to lip service. And I think that what Gypsy thought she was going to do is come out and give a bunch of lip service while saying how much haters don't matter, saying that she's not a murderer, saying that she's not what she used to be, blah, 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 blah. We've heard it all before. That's just not the way that people on social media work. They are not going to look at you providing zero actions behind your words and just let you kind of skate by and get snarky and get sassy and talk about all the things that you've talked about, while the entire time not doing any real advocacy work. She's advocated for her friend to be released from prison, whom she had a very similar story to Gypsy Rose. She has advocated for this, hair donation organization, which allegedly, in my opinion, she did not even cut enough to donate to the organization. And she has reviewed some makeup. Like, what are you doing, girl? Come on.
People that you could actually hug. And with the public scrutiny, as bad as it is, I just don't want to live my life under a microscope. And so I created my private Instagram and I got it verified. And you know what? I had absolutely no trouble or like doubts of deleting that public one. And I have people that are like, oh my God, like you're insane for deleting that kind of a following. And I'm like,
I get so tired of this. I'm not perfect. I'm just like the rest of people. Argument. I hear this from not only her right now, but a lot of other creators, a lot of other public figures. That is the oldest kind of thing to put out on the social media. Nobody expects anybody else to be perfect. Most people expect those who come out and say, I'm going to do XYZ to actually make an effort to do XYZ. Instead, Gypsy wanted to be messy, get involved in drama, be shady, and delete videos that she published and think that nobody is going to have an opinion about those.
I could give a F about a following. Like, that's not real life. You know, to the supporters, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the people that have walked this journey with me. But at the end of the day, I'm going to have to walk away and start living a private life. And that takes steps, right? One step at a time. I still have my public TikTok, for now.
Social media is real because it allows some people to work a full-time job by publishing content. Social media is real to creators as long as it's working in their favor, as long as it's putting money in their pockets, as long as people are on their side, as long as people are feeding their ego, then social media is real. But then you have somebody like Gypsy Rose who wants to say, oh, well, I just wanted to take selfies and basically get support because I was in the free world. That's just not the way that it works. You made a promise and you told people that you were going to be an advocate and all of these things. Instead, you come out, you're doing interviews talking about the D is fire, and you're arguing with people in comment sections. And then people wanted to voice their concern about that, and you want to paint yourself like a victim. Gypsy Rose is not a victim of social media. And I will always stand for people whom have been actually bullied online. And that's just not the case with Gypsy.
Contemplating deleting it in a couple months. I don't know. I just probably might not post as much. But it's like at some point after my new series airs and everything, I want things to calm down. Like I want to go out to the grocery store and buy a box.
Someone said at its peak, her Instagram had around 8.2 million. So she had already lost a lot before she deactivated that account. Just wanted to throw that in here.
Box of tampons and not have to take a selfie with someone. Not that that necessarily bothers me, but, I want people to wave at me because, like, they like me as a person. Not because they think, oh my God, there's Gypsy. Oh my gosh, she's famous. Like, I don't see myself as famous. Especially for what? Like, I did something bad. And, I'm trying to make myself a better person now, but I don't get it. That's not me. I'm not famous. I'm not anything. I'm just Gypsy. Just a normal Gypsy. So, to my family, to my dad, to my husband, all I am is just Gypsy. And they love me for being who I am. And that's why both on my private Facebook and...
Okay, so social media was good for her until people started giving her public, what she's calling public scrutiny. When I first started doing YouTube, one of the very first things that I picked up on was that you can put a video out and you can have 99% of people agree with it. And there's always going to be that 1%, no matter what the message is, no matter what the cause is. That 1% is going to not only disagree with you, but label you things like a bully, a Karen, a bitch, a snob, so self-righteous, a cancel culture vulture, whatever. Maybe Gypsy thought that 1% was going to like derail her entire thing. Like, you have to be able to segregate people online. You have to be able to say, okay, well, you know, these people are with me, these people aren't, but as long as I'm doing what I said I was going to do, then maybe things will start to even out, because those people whom are detractors or naysayers or people who aren't really on board with me, they will actually see that I am doing what I said I did or what I was going to do. And it's hard to argue with somebody whom says, I'm going to do this, and they actually do this. Gypsy did not do that. Therefore, people had many opinions about her, and it sounds like the the backlash, criticism, and whatever was just too much for her to handle. Which, if closing all of her social media is good for her mental health, bravo. I am here for it all day long. But I also think that it's very funny to like publish this video on YouTube and claim that you're talking about your accountability, but then, you know, what, you're just going to delete this and delete that. And I don't know, like, if I was taking accountability on a video, that would be a video that I would want to stay up.
My private Instagram has love for who I am as my bio. Okay, I got derailed in all this. But the point is that there's some like key points that I want to make. Number one, to all the people that I offended with a lack of accountability the first month or so that I was out of prison, and the lack of accountability in my interviews, I'm sorry. I'm learning.
A private life minus her reality show with Lifetime. So let's forget about the show, the reality TV show that is coming out with her, Ryan, and Lifetime. I guess after that is done, then she wants to live a private life, which, good. Do it. Stay the hell off social media. But I always think it's funny when like public figures want to continue producing content that shows their private lives, but then they come onto social media and say that they want to live a private life. It's very hypocritical. So if you like her and you see her in a public space, then you can say hi. If you don't like her, or you have even an ounce of criticism for her, then you need to leave her alone. Gypsy, that is just not the way that the world works. And again, maybe she is just, you know, too inexperienced to even understand this, but you chose to come out of prison and try to build, you know, an empire, and have, you know, you thought that people were on your side until they weren't. And now you want to shut down social media and only have people come up to you in public spaces if they are going to smile and take a selfie with you. You made your choice to come out and do everything that you did. And eventually, will it die down? Sure. But I just don't hold a lot of pity for Gypsy, because she has been extremely snarky, extremely hypocritical, and just, in my opinion, not doing what an advocate would do. So that's the 10 minutes of her accountability video that was saved. Whatever, like, Gypsy Rose, go away. You know, at the end of the day, really, nobody cares. Nobody cares. You thought that things were going to go your way until they weren't going your way, and then you wanted to post and delete and reply and delete and have a temper tantrum. So you can do that if you continue to publish content, which I think you will continue to do. I will, of course, cover it. I think that everybody wanted her to come out of prison and just be humble and heal and not do what she did. Correct me if I'm wrong down below, as always. All right, so next I want to talk about Lauren the Mortician. Lauren decided to post this on YouTube, and it says, when you're a mortician but your bestie needed a ride home from the bar, so you have her ride on the cot we transport the deceased on. Lauren, girl, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I also want to read, like, how distasteful is that? There was a comment that was left, and it said, so professional of you as a mortician. And what did Lauren do? She wanted to get snarky in her next post, and her next, one of her next recent posts was, I'm sorry I cried. Her children were standing by her casket sobbing after she sacrificed her life for theirs in the accident. That wasn't very funeral director professional of me. So obviously throwing shade at this other commenter. Lauren, like a lot of other people, really need to learn how to, if you are going to say that you are unbothered, remain unbothered. But maybe people are calling you out for being distasteful, tacky, cruel, and gross because you are allowing your friend whom is intoxicated to use the equipment that you should be using for decedents. I don't know, just a thought. I know, super crazy, so wild of me. But Lauren, on top of everything else, she has continued to be problematic. She has not only made an entire dumpster fire by her and her rogue attorney, Jeanette, going after creators who have provided commentary on this situation. She has continued after the fact to be tacky, gross, and the most bothered, unbothered person on social media. So Lauren, you know, it's kind of predictable at this point. My standard for her is at the floor, but I wanted to share that because I had a follower that sent it to me, and I just thought that it was really interesting. Lastly, I want to talk about Lisa and Mick. Lisa and Mick have some very toxic fans whom are supporting Mickey's oversharing and the exploitation of her in her final stage of Alzheimer's and dementia. First, I want to insert a couple videos from a few years ago versus today. And I think that that comparison, I will blur it out, of course, to protect Mickey. But I think that the comparison will kind of show you why people are so uncomfortable viewing Mickey current day in the stage of her disease that she is in. So I will roll those, and then I will get into this, you know, crazy person who follows them and is just all on board with the oversharing of Mickey.
That way with this grinning that I'm waiting
That's
together.
me, and that's you.
That's you over
It's
there.
Lisa and Mick,
That
y'all.
doesn't even look like you.
It doesn't. We're just hanging out tonight, and I just wanted to say thanks to everybody who sent prayers for DJ today. Yes, his procedure went great, and everything came out wonderful with a clean
All the
bill of
boys that
health.
went with it to get it done.
Yes, yes.
It was nice.
But we're relieved, aren't we, Mick? Your son's doing great. So
He is.
thank you all for the prayers. And Mick and I are just hanging out tonight. It's gorgeous. It's probably in the 70s here in Texas.
Oh, you look much better when I take my glasses off.
Oh, what are you
You
up
don't
to?
want to do it. You don't want to see her and hold her, find out her. Bo, come on.
Are you hanging out in your bedroom?
Come on, Bo. I am if Bo gets up here.
Oh, he'll come in a minute, okay?
He's right there.
Yeah. I don't think he wants to go in.
Yeah, he did.
Aw.
He was in the first
Are you just
one.
relaxing?
Come on, Bo.
Are you just relaxing?
Is that what you're going to go out there?
Uh-huh.
Go do it.
Okay, you can come
See us
out
later.
too.
Yep.
Okay. Hey y'all, this little video I'm about to share with you is a sweet blast from the past. This is when Mick used to come and talk to all my family pictures, and she loved the one of her and her late husband, Dave. And then she would turn the picture around and let the picture talk to all the people. It was the cutest thing ever. So I thought I'd share with you guys. Look how beautiful she is.
No, she is not.
Oh, she's in the background talking too. Talking too?
I'm talking to all of them.
All my pictures?
They're not all your pictures because the biggest ones are the kids.
They're all my pictures, yeah. This right here is you and your hubby.
Those are not yours. Those are the one that this group did them.
That's you and Dave.
I know what they are, and they.
There's me and Dabar, your
good.
husband. Yeah.
Oh, good. You can't even tell who those are, and I could at least see who mine is. And she's saying,
Who is that
they
lady?
need to see. This is my husband and I.
Aww.
That's not a bad one.
It's a beautiful one.
Because we had been down. We went into the lake first.
Can I see you and your husband?
Done. He did be on, he do.
Yes, he did. Your sweet son made you French toast again, your fave.
But it's not in, and if it gets a bit.
We're having dinner together.
She's had a good day. Yeah, DJ has not eaten all day, so he has a couple slices too.
When you bunch a bunch of butt.
Oh no, dinner with mom. Aw, she's tired today, you guys.
All right. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry.
Dump it off.
What, sweetie? What?
You don't have to do that.
Okay. Mix a whole.
You don't ever have to have
Still fired up, still a little riled up.
supper tape. The only reason I kept it.
Oh, tell me the only reason.
Jampy, I'm going to be back to Bath, and I don't know how to.
Okay, we are
I don't
about to have
know.
dinner. I made French toast, and when I say it's swimming in butter, it's
can't.
swimming in butter, y'all. Yum!
Jampy,
About to pour some
I
syrup.
can't know what to do.
It's okay, Mick. We're gonna hopefully get her to settle a little bit.
Yes.
Little applesauce. What do you think? You ready for some French toast? You're gonna love it.
It's not teat.
Oh my goodness, y'all.
Very
It's swimming in syrup and butter now.
Apple, apples. Mother, I'm at the end of there.
Mick's been talking up a storm this
Sundown.
afternoon, little sundowning, but she's got her baby Joshy,
Yeah, I know, and I toasted. I'm awful.
the original baby. Yes. How are you?
Behind a vigor.
We're about to have some dinner. I did pancakes and peaches tonight. Pancakes, one of her favorites, and some peaches. Does that sound good?
It's jime and jime. I said, Apple was back. The Kodak is back.
Mick is doing great. Bree and I just got her out of bed and all cleaned up. And Bree's like, Mom, you want me to feed her for you this morning? I'm like, yeah. How sweet. So she's going to feed her for me. She's been amazing since Kat's no longer, taking care of Nan for me. Bree has really stepped up to the plate and helped me out a lot. So, like I said, guys, it takes a village, that's for sure.
So as you can see in the then versus now comparison, Mickey used to be able to form complete sentences. She would, respond when asked a question, and she had a whole lot to say. And it was, even though it's content that I wouldn't publish myself, it was content that the viewer could follow along with, so on and so forth. But the last few months is where people started to really have concerns about the content that was being published featuring Mickey. Somebody in this video said, get the camera off of her. And this other commenter, whom obviously is a very strong fan of Lisa and Mick, and he doesn't care about the exploitation that is going on with Mickey, said, don't tell her what to do. This is her page, not yours. You haven't followed her when she had a good mind and personally wanted to share the journey, all good and all bad. I definitely do know, blah, blah, blah. So you know, obviously thinking that she is just part of the family and going to ride or die for this poor woman who is being exploited. She also said, good thing she isn't your relative. Only thing I can suggest is you don't follow them. It's hard on you. Maybe block them. You have 55 followers. That says enough. These people who defend bad content like it is their full-time job are some of the most egregious and disgusting on social media. I really don't understand how you could see the difference in the shift in content of Lisa and Mick from even a year ago through current day, and you can still support that content being published. Lisa's daughter, who is Kat, and her partner Tony have also decided to do the face reveal of their infant, and now all of the followers get to see the infant's face and everyone is so excited. That is so weird to me. That is unhinged fan behavior to me personally. I don't understand people who get so excited to see a stranger's child, to see what the stranger's child's name is or anything along those lines. I said a few videos ago, I think that because Kat was raised by somebody whom is not respecting her mother-in-law's privacy during her journey with dementia and Alzheimer's, she could easily turn into a family vlogger. And I think that that is the road that they are on. Sadly, but it's very true. And I just don't understand these people who will go to bat for people who are like Lisa, Tony, Kat, even Lisa's husband DJ. I don't get it. I think that it is absolutely heartbreaking and cruel, but I wanted to provide that as a little update at the end of this video. So that's what's going on as of today. I will have more content coming. Before now, if you liked the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.